Alrighty, Boomers there, everybody. My name's Harry James. The next game on the preview set is a team that went 2-10 last year and just 1-8 in league play for the Kansas Jayhawks. But of course, the one win came against the big, bad, evil horns from Texas. And it was Charlie's last stand. Well, not his last stand. Texas actually played one final game, but you don't lose to Kansas in football. Maybe in basketball, but not in football. We'll preview that football team that beat Texas. We'll review them from last year and all that and more coming up next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. My name's Harry James. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name's Harry James. The next set of games that the Sooners will play will be at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence against the Kansas Jayhawks. That's a Kansas Jayhawks team that last year went overall 2-10 and just 1-8 in Big 12 play. That finished them 10th in the Big 12 conference. And by the way, the one conference win came against Texas. It's a game that very well could have sent them bowling last year, but in the end, it didn't. They lost to Kansas. But that wasn't their final game of the season last year for the Jayhawks. The final game of the season did come in a loss to in-state rival Kansas State, 34-19. Their head coach is David Beatty. Yes, entering his third year for the Hawks for the blue, yellow, and white Jayhawks, the beaked Jayhawks. Statistically, leading returners Monte Colzert has decided to transfer out of KU. So out goes one quarterback, in goes the other. The one coming in, number 9, Carter Stanley. Passed for 959 yards last year, 6 touches, and 6 INTs last year to lead the Hawks of Kansas. Leading the Jayhawks on the ground, Khalil Herbert, and the quarterback, number 9, Carter Stanley. We'll start with number 10, Khalil Herbert. He's a returner with 44 rushes last year, for 189 yards and 3 touches for the Jayhawks. While number 9, Carter Stanley, has 154 selfies rushes for 156 yards, but doesn't have a touchdown. Leading returning receivers for the Jayhawks. Number 11, Steven Sims Jr. and number 1, LeCouventier Gonzalez. We'll start with number 2, Steven Sims Jr. He led the team with 72 receptions last year, with 859 yards in the air receiving, and 7 touchdowns last year for the Hawks. While number 1, LaQuavius Gonzalez, had 62 receptions for 729 yards and 3 touchdowns last year for the Jayhawks. Defensively, the Jayhawks have 2 double-digit tacklers. Number 11, Michael V, and number 2, Dorian Armstrong return. First, the defensive back, number 11, Mike Lee, led the team with 77 tackles last year, 2 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered, but did get an interception last year for the Jayhawks as a defensive back. The other leading defensive lineman, number 2, Dorrance Armstrong Jr., 56 tackles last year, 3 forced fumbles, 0 forced fumbles recovered, and 0 INTs. Little info on the HBC out in Lawrence. David Beatty, 1990 grad from Linwood, Missouri. His coaching history is at Linwood, the Linwood College of Missouri, and is right now at the University of Kansas from 2015 to present. At bench ranking, he has a 2-22 record at Kansas. That's an 8% winning percentage. 0 bowl games with only 2 wins, both coming past year, however. So there is no bowl record, 0-0 in bowl records. Division titles since the turn of the decade. They have that one. Remember, Mark Mangino and company had that one in 2006. They tied with Missouri. Missouri ended up winning the North Division, and Oklahoma ended up beating that Missouri team in the championship game. I believe it was that year that Missouri was number 1 in 2007, maybe? Conference titles. No conference titles for the football Jayhawks. Because, of course, Missouri won the division that year. So Kansas didn't get to play in the championship and hasn't played in the championship. Alright, guys, that will do it for the preview of the Rock Chalk Jayhawks. Next time around, we'll preview the West Virginia Mountaineers. Mountain Mamas. We preview the Holger Bites of Dana Holgerson and Company. My name's Harry James. Find me on the Facebook account, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK. Or you can find these videos right here on the YouTube, Boomer Sooner 1982. Alright, guys. That'll do it. Boomer Sooner. And until next week when we preview the University of West Virginia, I am out of here. Audio, Sooner Nation.